Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
Maybe, just maybe, he was inspired by the great Tim Wakefield on our trip to Boston. But Jake Rogers' knuckleball stole the show late last night in a Tigers loss, but maybe some momentum late with 3 runs in the ninth can turn over to today to take on a scrappy Brew crew in game number 2 of this 3-game series. Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by Bet365. Casey Mize to the hill after a strong start to 2026. And we are so glad to have you along once again. Jason Benetti, Dan Petrie, Johnny Kane downstairs in a moment. Look, if you're going to lose, at least Jake Rogers got a strikeout off a knuckleball, at least some laughs or two. You know, if you're going to lose, you might as well try to get something out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to. It didn't go well there in the late innings, and you don't want to walk away from a game like that just in a bad mood. And that put a smile on everybody's face. Little momentum, like you said, coming into today's game.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens. Casey Mize on the hill. Interesting with what Casey's done this year. Lefties have really struggled against him. Righties have not.
Yeah, very strange. You know, we were talking about it earlier. Very hard to figure out. But in that last outing at Fenway Park, Casey was really, really good. I think even better than Arizona because he had all of his pitches working. Of course, the fastball, which is important to Casey every time out, at the top of the strike zone and the bottom of the strike zone. The bottom of the strike zone, it always protects his split finger. And, of course, his split finger was in attendance at Fenway Park, and he's going to need that again to go up against the left-handed hitters of the Milwaukee Brewers. But the big pitch for me was this slider that he threw, and it was so good that the left-handers and right-handers had some difficulty with it, and the slider got 3 swings and misses and 5 called strikes, so he threw 13 of them, and then the combined totals of the swings and misses and the called strikes, 62%. So the Red Sox had a lot of troubles with that pitch. He's going to need all 3 of those against this Brewer lineup who banged out 16 hits to go along with those 12 runs.
Including back-to-back triples at one point last night. We'll see how much we see that slider in this game against Milwaukee. It is an anniversary. Today, an anniversary from a long time ago. Like a long time ago. Way long ago. That yellow color long ago. We'll tell you why next. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. It is a sunny night here in Detroit. It was up to 70 degrees this afternoon. No place on earth we'd rather be. What a zen moment for our weather graphic. Just sort of taking it all in, deep breath. Kind of feeling like Casey Mize before the game today. Casey just had a moment to himself.
Yeah, that's a good place to be if you're about to face this Brewers team.
Well, you need it. You need to just stop and think. Casey on the bench just moments ago.
He's hiding. Nobody can see him. He's alone with his thoughts.
Wouldn't you like to be tonight?
No.
Instead, you're stuck with this nincompoop.
Scary.
Casey Mize, the starting pitcher, presented by Wallside Windows. What do you want to see most against this Milwaukee lineup that turned out 12 runs last night?
Well, you know, that's a tough question because it's they put so much pressure on the Tigers, on the defense and everything. So I just think Casey takes all his stuff like he had in Boston to this Brewer lineup. And we talked about the slider in the open. He doesn't throw a great deal of them, but if you're landing them for strikes and they're swinging and missing at just a few, it makes the other ones, the four-seam fastball and that split finger, even better. And that's what he's going to need against the left-handers, that split finger, and maybe we'll see a little bit of the slider action to the right-handers.
Milwaukee chases less than any team in Major League Baseball. They go out of the zone less than anybody. And here's your slugging versus off-speed pitches. League average is 350. So in the 2 spot, look at William Contreras, Sal Frelick, the dangerous right fielder, at 538 against those off-speed pitches. Now, it is since 2025, so it's a larger sample size than you would just get for the first, say, month of the season. But Bryce Terang is one of those guys who doesn't chase a whole lot in the top spot. He's got speed. It's StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. This is swing and miss against the splitters in 2025. That's 17 total.
And he just throws the bat at the ball, and he'll just pop it right into left field.
Here we go. It's a ball outside, as called by the crew chief, Mike Malinsky. And it's 1-0 for Terang. This Brewers team at 13-9. Everybody in the National League Central is over 500. Pittsburgh is in last place coming into today at 13-10 in the NL Central, a division that has been bolstered by strong, kind of surprising starts from St. Louis and Pittsburgh.
Well, we talked about it when St. Louis was here, saying that's a little surprising team.
They had a tough series against the Marlins, but they're still hanging around at 5 games over 500 entering play today as Terang, the second-generation major leaguer, calls for time. 1-2 is one of those splitters. It's ball 2.
And look how he just spits on it, almost like he's looking for it, and that's why those 4-seam fastballs are surprising him.
2-2 from Casey. That's a swing and a miss on the splitter, just the 18th in the last year plus.
And that's a good looking pitch too. The previous one that just went away from Terang, that was a dandy. This one went straight down, and it's disguised as a fastball. He sets it up nicely with the 4-seam fastball, and then that starts in the same location, and the bottom just fell out of it.
One down for Contreras, who takes ball 1.
And there's that slider, and you saw Casey's reaction. Like, I didn't throw one like that in Boston. He wants to get all the way down through that one.
You know, the thing about that with Terang, you don't see a ton of splitters in Major League Baseball. It's coming back some. But he is not much of a swing and miss guy, not much of a chase guy overall. But those 18 is the most for a left-handed batter on this roster in the last year plus, and it's still not very many against a right-handed pitcher.
But I think it also speaks to Casey's how good his split finger is too, especially to left-handers.
And that fastball buzzes by Contreras. Casey's feeling strong, 2 batters in.
Yep, there you go. That fastball was at it in Boston, and he's taking it right into this game. And when everybody's looking for the split finger, which is your bread and butter, you can do this. Throw it right by him. You've got a big swinger in Contreras. Terang, he can control the bat and just kind of flip the ball anywhere that he well pleases, and 2 strikeouts.
Strike 1 to Bowers, the 30-year-old first baseman who had a pair of hits, including a double yesterday.
Yeah, your number 3 hitter, and he's up there kind of deacon like he's going to lay down a bunt, just to see if he might be able to shake up that infield a little bit, maybe move them around, bring them in a little bit.
Well, this Brewers team is as good a candidate as any to lay one down, to make contact.
They did it yesterday.
Yeah, they forced the Tigers into some binds defensively, and we saw the Tigers kind of kick it around a little bit against Pat Murphy's group, the back-to-back manager of the year in the National League. In the air left field, Riley Green's underneath. 1-2-3 inning for Casey Mize. See if the Tigers can get on the board from Jump Street. Next. Kevin McGonigal leads the Tigers batting order, presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. This is strikeout rate in the Tigers lineup. Major League average right around 22%. McGonigal and Torres, to no surprise, are under the league average. Wencel Perez in very short time at 10% as well. But Kevin McGonigal continues to be a revelation for the Tigers with 8 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, and he'll face DL Hall, the opener for Milwaukee, and McGonigal takes a rip at the first pitch and grounds it right at the plate, foul. So DL Hall, pitching chaos, Brewer edition.
Yeah, and a little bit of a surprise. We thought Chad Patrick would start, but he'll come in after DL Hall. But don't think it'll just be 1 inning and out, because DL Hall's went multiple innings a couple of times already this year.
He's a left-hander who came over as part of the Corbin Burns deal. Both prongs of that trade are in the lineup, with Joey Ortiz part of that as well.
To the left-handers, he'll throw the sinker sweeper. Gets a little more creative against the right-handers. Goes sinker, change-up, curveball.
There's a sweeper for you. To your point about the multiple innings, the last time he went 2+ was back on the 7th of April. That was 15 days ago. Recently, he has been more of a 3-4 batter kind of guy.
Exactly, yeah. Hasn't gone an inning in about his last 5 appearances. Third of an inning here, 2/3 of an inning there. Last time out, had a kind of a rough outing.
He walked 2 Marlins, gave up 2 hits to the Fish as well, as McGonigal sees the sweeper out of the hand. 2-2 for Kevin.
Yes, he does. I mean, that's the thing that amazes me so much. You might see him every now and then get fooled with a breaking ball, but generally he sees it right out of the hand.
There you saw already 2 first-name starter turned reliever Chad Patrick getting loose in the Brewer bullpen.
I mean, there's no check swing. There's no starting the swing. It's just identifying it right out of the hand and leaving that bat right where it is, right where it's starting.
And he takes ball 4. He earned that. Leadoff walk for McGonigal, his 14th to 12 strikeouts. And here is the defense for the Brewers. Lockridge, Mitchell, and Frelick. Mitchell has an absolute rocket of an arm in center field. Hamilton, Ortiz, Turang, and Bowers. And then William Contreras, who has generally been a guy who can stymie your run game, behind the plate.
Yeah, he's doing it so far this year. Throw out more base runners than he's allowed stolen bases.
By the way, on that throw over to first, they weren't saying brew. There's a ball high to Gleyber Torres. So our CNL Ward on deck hitter is Jahmai Jones, and he's in that 3 spot in part because Pat Murphy called A.J. Hinch this morning and said, out of courtesy, we're going to use an opener. It's going to be a lefty. It's DL Hall. As the 1-0 is a check swing and a strike, 1-1 on Torres. And so A.J. Hinch kind of has to think about the tactics. Do you want that left versus right at bat in the first inning? You guarantee it by putting Jones in the 3 spot.
You know, and with Hall starting, you've really only got Serpa in the bullpen being left-handed, because Aaron Ashby threw yesterday. He threw 27 pitches. He might be available for a hitter, but I don't know how many pitches he'd be able to come in after throwing 27 last night. So, yeah, you get off to a good start like that, then the right-handed hitters or the left-handed hitters come in, maybe a Colt Keith, something like that.
It's a good point, Dan. You kind of hem yourself in as it's 3-1, and Gleyber takes ball 4. Back-to-back bases on balls. Jahmai Jones will bat, and we say hello to Johnny Kane.
Yeah, well, you hit on it there. Obviously, you know, they didn't face a left-handed starter through the first 2 weeks, so Jones didn't make his debut until April 16th against Kansas City. So in those pinch hit situations, he started 0 for 10 at the plate. He was going 2-3 days between ABs and then getting thrown into leverage situations. And, you know, he told me, I was trying not to put too much into those at-bats that I was having, like results-wise, more about going after the right pitch. He said, if I'm living and dying by each at-bat right now, I know I can't do that for an entire season. So he said after starting 0 for 10, he said I looked at it kind of like in regular season reps. It's basically 2 games worth of at-bats. So just waiting until they get a better stretch against lefties, find his rhythm, get back to doing what he does best, which is drive the baseball.
It's a great way to frame it in his mind. I mean, you are talking about 2 games. It's good stuff, Johnny, as there's a strike on Jahmai Jones. And Dan, part of that is we saw him be hyper aggressive early in at bat, so he just hasn't seen a huge volume of pitches total.
No, and I think he had an abbreviated spring training too when he was traveling around for the WBC.
Playing for Team Korea in the World Baseball Classic. Jahmai Jones last night with a bid all the way to left field, and that was taken away from him. Extra base opportunity, and Frelick took what looked like it might have been a homer away. Would have been close.
It was one of those ones too that, you know, just because that little damp air, just not just jumping yet.
Chopper to shortstop. Ortiz to Terang, and that is a double play. It goes 6-4-3. McGonigal to third, but that's a big helper for DL Hall.
Boy, there's been a couple of big double plays that the Brewers have been able to turn. Did one last night when the Tigers were trying to get back into the game when it was just 3-0. Bases loaded, nobody out. A double play, and then that one right there after a couple of walks. DL Hall struggling a little bit.
Dayton Lane Hall to face Riley Green, left on left. That is a huge 2 outs, because now the Brewers get the matchup that they were hoping for, as Riley Green with 2 down against Hall. The ball outside.
And that sweeper may be a good pitch to Riley, but I mean, you know how he hangs in there against lefties. He just refuses to give, and he's been up against the best, Aroldis Chapman. So I think he's just, that sweeper may be a good pitch for DL Hall, but he is not going to give an inch. He's going to just stay right on top of that plate.
Riley's put up numbers against lefties so far this year.
He has, for that reason.
Yep. Wave and a miss at a changeup. Boy, you know, Anthony Rizzo said this on Sunday night to our group. He said the left-on-left changeup is the new pitch in baseball, and we've seen it a bunch this year.
And Tarek Skubal's breaking it out too, because they're going sinker inside, left on left, and they throw the changeup right off of it.
That's a strong take from Riley Green on a fastball, 2-2. Two and two. Wave and a miss. Looked promising. Circled the drain. No score after 1. You know, for pitchers, they have this put-away percentage, which shows when you finish off a hitter with that pitch. And the highest ranks this season on the splitter, Casey Mize is number 4 in all of Major League Baseball. And yes, we're about a month in, but his ability to get strike 3 on that pitch that his father suggested to him back in the day has been a big part of his season and a big part of his career.
Been a big part this year especially, but you know, when he first came up, he was struggling with that pitch, and I think he was scratching his head trying to figure out why. He'd been throwing it all his years at Auburn and having no trouble whatsoever being the #1 overall pick, and just like, wait a minute, what's going on? And started throwing it a little bit harder, pairing it better with his 4-seam fastball, and all of a sudden you get numbers like that you just showed.
A foul ball on the sinker. It's 2-2. So if you look at it year by year, slugging percentage on the splitter. Yes, 24. He was coming back from injury. Last year was his first full year with a full off season. But this is tiny, what they've done with his splitters so far. It's a slider. That east-west you were talking about in the open, Dan, shows its face against Sanchez.
And if he can throw the sinker on the inside part of the plate to the right-handers, it will open that up. And that's another one that Casey was not able to do before, is get that pitch inside. But once he's starting to get that pitch inside, then he can drop that slider in, and that's that really good tight breaker.
But that's the kind of arsenal against a right-hander that will knock down those splits we talked about, or alluded to at least in the open.
Right, and that's what he's tried to do for the last couple of years, is fastballs in and sliders away. And he's starting to throw more of his split finger because it's been so good. He's starting to throw more of them to right-handers. But if he can start landing that slider like he just threw to Sanchez to go along with the split finger, now you got a couple of pitches.
Yeah, it's total reverse split action for Casey Mize so far this year. Enormous reverse splits.
It's just eye-popping, that number, that batting average for right-handers.
Now, Mitchell has like a 60% whiff rate on off-speed pitches this year. So you figure that splitter is going to see the light of day a second time after that one.
After that swing right there.
Oh, but you got to guard against the fastball. It's a shoulder-high missile for strikeout number 4 in 5 batters.
You know what? It is so nice to see Casey be so good at Fenway Park and take it right into this game too. But that split finger, and you just kind of had an uncomfortable looking swing. You're guarding for it again, saying, oh, he's got to come back with it like we thought. And then that 4-seam fastball at the top.
Lockridge a bunt, third base side, and there's no chance there. McGonigal was charging. Mize thought he had the only play, and a bunt single. And again, they're not saying Brew.
You can't roll it out there any better. I mean, that's just the type of game that they play. It's just a perfect bunt.
I mean, Lockridge just turned that into as confusing as the final scene in Blazing Saddles. Lockridge. Here's Frelick to take a strike.
And you know, Casey's going to go after that. You know, the first reaction is go after that, and then, you know, he sees Kevin McGonigal or hears him, but McGonigal's not going to have any play on that either.
No, that's a base hit when he made contact.
Yeah.
0-1. That's foul off of Frelick, the Bostonian. 15th overall pick 5 years ago out of Lexington High School in Massachusetts. It is a spectacular night for baseball here at Comerica Park. Day 2 of a very brief 3-game homestand before the Tigers head off to Cincinnati and Atlanta. 0-2. We'll have to wait. Let's give you the Tigers starting defense. It's brought to you by Mary Grove Awnings. We've seen Riley Green, Wencel Perez, Kerry Carpenter as your outfield, McGonigal and Baez, Torres and Torkelson. Jake Rogers, pitcher extraordinaire, has the plate. On the ground is second. Torres is over. And so is the top of the second. No score. If Tigers scored 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries.
Come on, Tigers.
I'm motivated now. Thank you for that.
So they got curly fries last night.
It's not the kind you want. I mean, but at least it softens the blow a little bit, like a very little bit.
Makes you stick around to the end of the game, watch the bottom of the ninth in case you get curly fries.
Well, the one thing I will say, the last 2 seasons suggest that you should stick around to the end of everything involving this team.
27 outs, that's exactly right, especially this year.
Yeah, and 162 games while we're at it, right? I mean, the last 2 Septembers, I don't know who's had a stranger last 2 Septembers than the Tigers. 3-1 haul to Torkelson, and Torque ropes this ball to left field. Lockridge is on it. Torque still looking for that first home run of the year, and it's kind of got the same feel as 2024, in search of that first home run. It took till May against the Astros, and you know, AJ said it the other day, maybe 2 days ago. maybe all it takes is one. Maybe all it takes is one, and you hope that that comes soon.
And right there is a good example. 106 off the bat. You know, so he's saying, you know, I hit it good and I got nothing to show for it. And you know what, AJ really didn't say anything to him. He doesn't want to hear, hey, nice swing, way to hit it.
Straight away and playable for Mitchell. Quick 2 outs for DL Hall, and you figured they would try to elongate his outing to get to Kerry Carpenter.
With a couple of right-handers coming up, this is where they're going to want to just say, okay, you got to go right after Kerry. And Patrick is ready. I mean, he was up in the first inning throwing.
Strike one to Kerry.
And their first pitch strike, he's just saying, yep, I'm going to do whatever I can to go right after Kerry. He knows it.
I mean, the worst he can do is make it 1-0. Kerry, of his 74 career home runs, 67 have come against right-handed pitchers, 7 against lefties. Now that's in about a sixth of the plate appearances. And that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. DL Hall has been the prototypical opener today for Milwaukee. 0s after 2. Coming to Comerica Park this season, $5 Fridays. Friday, May 1st, Tigers and the Rangers. 16-ounce beers will be $5 from gates open to end of the 3rd inning. That's a deal you don't want to miss. First pitch, 6:40 p.m. How am I supposed to read a promo with that on the screen? Head to tigers.com/Friday to learn more. Looked like the Masked Singer took over Comerica Park. It's Joe Buck. Shook his head.
No, I'm not.
No, it's not. 0-1.
Guess again.
Yeah, guess again. It's Jack Black. I don't know, maybe.
It's Andy Dirks.
Could be. Chopper, first base. It's Torque. And here's a message from Figer Law.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
You want to play the Masked Singer with the promo? The headsetted singer? Not till later.
Not yet,
I know, not till later.
Not yet. Yeah.
One down for Ortiz. The other part of that Corbin Burns deal with DL Hall, who opened efficiently for Milwaukee eventually after 2 walks. 4th rounder out of New Mexico State, Joey Ortiz, who is kind of the poster guy for what the Brewers have done at points in the past couple of years. He was 14 of 17 in stolen bases last year. At the bottom of the order, he can be a threat to run. And Ortiz got a ball into his kitchen. It's a fly ball to left. Riley Green makes the catch. And Casey Mize had a clear plan against the top of the order.
Yeah, they did go out and establish that 4-seam fastball right away because they're going to be looking for that split finger. Once they did, now you're going to go to reliable. One on the outside and then dropped it on the inside corner. And then Contreras the same thing, going right after him with those 4-seam fastballs. And then also sneaking in a slider or 2 along the way.
Ooh,
there you go.
Steal a strike slider.
Yes, that's the one that was apparent there at Fenway Park. Not something he throws a great deal, but just to kind of put a different wrinkle in things. Oh boy,
that might have been challengeable. Yeah.
And not staying in any kind of pattern. Turang's too good. Just decides, okay, you saw my fastballs and split fingers. Now I'm going to throw something else. 3 sliders in a row.
2-1. That comes with a fastball, and it's popped up foul. 2-2. Turang's dad, Brian, 2 years under Lou Piniella in the 90s with the Mariners. Three and two.
Casey tried to get a little bit extra on that last one. Kind of rushed his body a little bit. The arm dragged a little, and that's why it just sailed up and away.
You do not want to have walked him, because Bryce Turang will try to take a base from you, or two. He's got 6 of them this year. It's now a 27-game on-base streak for Turang, dating back to last September. Contreras takes a pass at the first pitch.
Casey does do a good job of holding runners. Really doesn't even look at the runner over there. Just almost just shows him the back of his neck and relies on the catcher. Just relies on the catcher to give him when to throw over.
There he goes. Rogers couldn't get the ears on it. It's a stolen base for Turang. You know who's leading the league in stolen bases?
Oh, I just saw this.
It's Jose Ramirez.
Oh, yes.
He got 11 of them.
I was going to say, I thought he had 12. Yeah, very quietly again, hitting
Yes.
a boatload of home runs and stealing bases.
It's unreal. 1-1. And that is exactly how the Brewers beat you.
That's it.
That's everything in a nutshell. Take a walk, steal a base, drive in a run. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
And that's the frustration of why Casey, when as soon as he walked Turang, was just like, man, I can't believe I did that. And just that looked like a sinker. Yeah, it was a sinker, just kind of out over the plate. And it's a ground ball right back up the middle, but just where nobody's standing. But we saw that last night. It's just they don't, they're not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark until they get some of their players back, but they just continue to push it forward, stealing bases, just putting a lot of pressure on you. Well, as a defense and as a pitcher.
That's right. That's right. And that's the thing about their offensive profile to this point. They're without Christian Yelich. They're without Jackson Chourio. They're without Andrew Vaughn, who's been a sensation since coming over from the White Sox. And Yelich is here, but only in jersey form in the crowd. But they lose 6 games in a row, including a sweep to Washington. And part of it was the BABIP gods started to frown on them. The balls in play were getting hit at people.
At people, right.
But they're still putting the ball in play, at least here in the third, after a bunch of strikeouts early. That ball is cranked down the right field line and foul.
And it's not like they can't hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Correct.
I mean, they got plenty of thump in there. Turang's another guy, and Contreras. I mean, plenty of guys that can hit it out. But that's before you even add the 3 names that you mentioned. I mean, right now, their game is just to make life miserable on you defensively.
But there's going to be variation. Like Garrett Mitchell leads the league in batting average on balls in play. Right? There's going to be variance, but also that's why they seek contact.
It's not one-dimensional. There's so many different ways that you can go about winning a game.
Strike 3 called. Bowers does not challenge. And the inning's over.
That's a strikeout. He's trying to get Turang on. That slider catches the outside part of the plate. He just says, that's the one I wanted to Turang. With Milwaukee and then came over to the White Sox.
Not Narvaez. 1-0 Brewers with the lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Comerica Park. And a pitching change for Milwaukee. Chad Patrick is our wall side windows pitching change. Not a ton of strikeouts, some contact coming into the ball game, but an ERA sub-1.
Exactly. He's only allowed 2 runs in 19 innings. Those a lively 4-seam fastball, cutter, sinker, and slurve, and mixes in the occasional change. Has had some troubles with lefties, though. Hitting almost 300 with a 783 OPS. So look for those, hopefully the lefties, the Tigers lineup to do some damage off of Chad Patrick.
Javi shoots this foul down the right side. It's 0-2 for Baez. So DL Hall did the job he was asked to. Yes, 2 walks to open the game, but 2 strikeouts to close each the first and second inning, and no runs for the Tigers against the Milwaukee opener. Tapper, third base side. Tough play for Hamilton. On the go, he got him. Strong effort from the former Red Sox infielder David Hamilton.
Boy, what a nice play. I mean, right when Javi hit that, you're thinking that's going to be a base hit with Javi running. Look at how Hamilton charges that ball and quickly gets rid of it. But it's just how fast he was able to just jump on this ball. And then that nice transfer and a nice throw over there. But man, did he just attack it and go right after it.
One down for Jake Rogers. They got guys who can fly, and his aggressiveness, his first step there was important. This is sprint speed down the line that you see, but also it can come into play in your decisiveness defensively for Hamilton. In a trade that has worked out pretty well for Milwaukee so far. Although Caleb Durbin kind of felt like he was getting untracked when we saw him at Fenway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he swung the bat real well in that 4-game series. Really struggling coming in, and there were a couple of at-bats when you looked and you said, yeah, he's really struggling, and all of a sudden he just kind of took off in that 4-game set.
That last game in Boston felt like a very winnable game for the Tigers. The way the bullpen was set up and all that came along with it, as Boston lost to New York yesterday, and they're trailing 3-0 to the Yankees tonight. Raj takes ball 4. It's a 1-out walk, so we'll see if the Tigers can pay off a 3rd inning walk like the Brewers did.
There you go. And Jake Rogers, he even stole a base in Boston, so I don't know if we'll see that here, but
it's the first time in 40-plus years in a Tigers game that both catchers stole a base. Narvaez and Rogers in the same game.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You can tell Lance's record got broken from some random game against the Rangers in the 80s.
Jim Sundberg? I wonder
That's
who
exactly who it was.
Was it?
Yes. Wow. What is wrong with you?
See, I still have a memory.
That's amazing. It was 44 years ago. And you're just like, yeah, I think Jim Sundberg. It's weird.
Yeah, he could run a little bit. Good hitter. Got on base a lot.
That was half a lifetime ago. 1-1 to McGonigal. Kevin hits this ball well, but right at the left fielder in the sun, Lockridge.
Boy, it looked like Lockridge was really fighting that sun, but he could see it all the way. It didn't like he was battling it too much with his glove, but boy, it just seemed like it was glaring right off the top of his head. No glasses out there, but.
You think he thought Mongo was coming?
Ooh. That would be bad.
That wouldn't be good. 2 down for Gleyber Torres. And a wave and a miss. There's that cutter that just dances off the plate, just so, from Patrick.
And he throws it hard, mid-90s fastball, that 4-seam at the top of the strike zone, and then that good cutter. Pitch clock was winding down there, and Contreras kind of shooed him off. Said, nope, we can't come to an agreement on a pitch. Just go ahead and step off. We'll start over again.
Chad Patrick was a 4th-round pick out of Purdue, but the Purdue satellite campus in Hammond, Indiana. It is Purdue University Northwest. He was a 4th-round pick of the Diamondbacks back in 2021. Did not get a chance to ask Robbie Hummel last night if he knows it from the Purdue University functions, if the satellite campus is involved.
Yeah, because I saw that from Purdue, but it was a satellite campus?
Yes, Northwest Indiana, Hammond, Indiana, not far from the Illinois border is where Purdue Northwest is. That's high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Torres. Two. Wave and a miss. There's that cutter again, and the Tigers are through in the 3rd. 1-0 Brewers after 3. Oh boy. Somebody get that man a microphone.
Talk a lot about Chris Fetter and the way he motivates different pitchers. You see him with Cater Montero last night, knowing that right buttons to push, keep reinforcing that confidence. Casey Mize, maybe a little bit more of that studious guy. We showed him in that Zen moment with the towel over his head. Just all he wants is just maybe a little bit of interaction, patting him on the back a little bit just to keep him focused. Other guys need something completely different. That's where that psychology degree comes into play. So you can know just exactly what buttons to push to get the best out of your guy that's on that bump.
A.J. Hinch mentioned in Arizona how difficult of a job the pitching coach has in Major League Baseball. Sanchez, a long fly ball to left, and he was just shy of his 195th career home run. He's actually tied with Javi Baez. Sanchez is in career home runs. They're tied for 41st active together. Sanchez, some warning track power there.
Yeah, with that little bit of breeze that was blowing out last night, that one could have been really trouble. That split finger on the inside part of the plate. I hope Casey doesn't shy away from it to right-handers, because that just was a fly ball.
Mitchell to second, Gleyber Torres to first, 2 gone just like that. But A.J. Hinch was talking about how Chris Fetter, every day he's got a starting pitcher, but every day as well he's got 12 other guys who need his time.
Well, and I was just going to say, you got 8 of them specifically that are going to help you try to win tonight's game down in that bullpen. And you got to make sure that you're going over everything with them. That's where, it's not, you can't do the job by yourself. So you got Robin Lund to help out, just to say, okay, what are you doing mechanically? Juan Nieves out there talking directly to the bullpen. So I mean, it takes a pitching team, not just one guy.
Greg Counsell might say that one franchise might need one extra coach, considering what he said at the beginning of their series with the Dodgers. You hear what Counsell he said it's bizarre that the Ohtani rule exists, that they get an extra pitcher because of Ohtani. Is that ricochets to shortstop, Baez to first? I'm just pandering to the Brewers fans that might have accidentally tuned into us instead of Jeff and Tim on the other side. 1-0 after 3.5.
I want to welcome in all our fans watching from the cherry capital of the world up in Traverse City, who may recognize the man on the hill from Milwaukee. You heard Dan and Andy talking about Chad Patrick, who went to Purdue University Northwest, but he also pitched for the Traverse City Pit Spitters in Summer League back in 2019 and 20. I know he's not a big strikeout guy now, but going back to 2020, guys, saw action in 7 games, 2-1 with a 1.03 ERA, struck out 49 batters in 35 innings. And the Pit Spitters, as you know, from the Northwoods League. And they develop a ton of elite prospects over the years. The league's been around for more than 30 years and sent nearly 400 players to the major leagues. Here's the trivia for you.
Yeah.
I know Peachy's so good at it. I'll lay out here.
Colt Keith pops it up, third base side. Hamilton says he's got it. He does.
Okay, ready, Peaches?
I'll do my best, Johnny.
Okay.
This is Traverse City Pit Spinners.
So I'm just going Northwoods League
okay.
as a whole, and I'll give you a hint. He played for the Dubuque Mud Puppies in the mid-'90s. The first Northwoods League alum to appear in a major league game in 1999. He was a right-hander for the Tigers. What was his name?
Right-handed pitcher.
Yes, sir. Dubuque Mud Puppies. Last name rhymes with Reaver. First name rhymes with Ref.
Jeff Weaver.
There you go. There you go. Shout him out when you know him.
Be shocking if this game show doesn't get picked up by the networks.
Very good. Very good.
But I do like that hat, though, Johnny. That's a great hat with the cherry.
Yeah, the old pit spitters.
Yeah, shooting the baseball out of there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
That's a spitballer right there.
Yeah.
Where's Doc Ayers?
Right by Chum's Corner, Michigan.
Hey, while I was gone, Johnny, did you guys do Ray Take Trivia Tuesday yesterday? Kind of feels like
that
that
show
vibe.
got canceled midway through the first episode, if you remember.
It's a heck of a try, though.
Working on it.
We love it. 1-2. That ball is labeled by Riley Green into the alleyway in right center field. It splits two. Riley's on his way to second. It's a one-out double.
Boy, Riley jumped all over this four-seam fastball. He knows that Patrick likes to throw that up there. And that used to be a problem spot for Riley, but he goes up, climbs that ladder. Nice little level swing, not that big uppercut on that pitch up in the strike zone, and shoots that up there in that right center gap.
I wonder if he's done that enough recently that it'll make teams think twice. Here's Torque.
And I keep thinking, eventually, are they going to start dropping the ball down a little bit where he can get underneath it and start launching them? Like, okay, we're tired of him getting all these base hits and driving in runs. Let's start going down a little bit, and that's where he'll adjust and start driving the ball out of the ballpark.
So 2-0 on Torque. Maybe a chance here for some hard contact.
And even though he's behind 2-0, that cutter that he throws a lot of them, and it's a pitch that he can land for a strike pretty easy.
He went to it.
Yeah. It's just a pitch that doesn't have that big break to it where you've got to almost throw it perfectly to land it for a strike. It's got just enough off the fastball, both just that little wrinkle, a little bit off speed, but you can throw it for a strike and get back into a count.
Spencer Torkelson, long fly, deep left. There is number one in 2026. That's gotta feel good.
Now, after that first at-bat where he shot it into left and had nothing to show for it, he does now.
That guy was ready. Wenzel Perez did that. That was right around the Little Caesars Pizza hole.
It was. I don't know if it dropped in or just shot over the top of that plastic.
Now it can't bounce off a fan and go in. It's got to go in on its own volition as Wenzel scoops that ball to right field. Some loud contact. And out number two, regardless, it's 2-1 Tigers just like this.
Yeah, after that cutter, he came in with that sinker on the inside part of the play. That's a good feeling for Torque, pulling in those hands. And he knows it, the crowd knows it, and no.
Oh, there was a second baseball. That's what it was. There was a second baseball that was clanging around that went in. So they're playing the hidden ball trick out there in left field with our crew.
To get a pizza, sure.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
How about Torque give his buddy Riley a hug right there, too. I thought maybe they'd give him the silent treatment in the dugout. You know, after hitting that first home run and nobody gets up, everybody sits there and just, hey, wait a minute, I just did a home run, and then they kind of go crazy.
I have to imagine that was kind of a roast as he came by, because everybody knew that he was looking for that first one.
Oh, yeah. Just a big sigh of relief. That's what he kept saying, though. It's just, I'm going to stick with my process. I can't be trying too many different things. I know it's going to work. I haven't changed anything. I'm just going to stick with it. First at bat, line out. Second at bat, 2-run homer.
2 years of 31 homers in his major league lifespan at age 26 now. Two and two coming. And Karp grounds it to second. Terang is there, but a Torque bomb gives the Tigers the lead. A 2-run homer with 1 out in the 4th. Two very good friends. Finally, Torque on the board. 2-1 Tigers the lead. Rare is the day where I get to be around both of my very good friends and analyst buddies at the same time, so we decided this is a special occasion. Andy Dirks and Dan Petrie are both at the ballpark. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Jason. Hey,
do you know Dan?
I do know Dan.
Remember how to get up here? Yeah, this was great.
It was fun. I was down there. We did the Chevy Veteran. That was great.
You got to meet the veteran of the game.
Yeah, absolutely amazing guy. Served for like 30 years. Went to Vietnam, got drafted when he was 19. Just the things that he had to go through that I never did, so I'm very appreciative.
Got to tell you, if this is a Brewers run, we're going to be canceled for a 3-man booth for the remainder of the season by Vox Populi.
Well, if they keep hitting ground balls through the hole, like hit them at somebody one time.
You know that's what they do.
I know it. It's wild.
Frelick is got a couple of hits off of Casey in his career. He's just that little thorn in his side.
Here's David Hamilton. Andy was on pre and post with Daniela Bruce, Johnny Kane roaming the ballpark. We have our entire crew here today. Logan Reaver is, I'm sure, watching somewhere. He'll be on coming up shortly as well.
Boy, look at McGonigal just trying to take that bunt away from Hamilton. Just forcing him, just saying, yeah, just try it.
Get in the kitchen. Those are things you learn as a player. It's okay to play way in against these lefties. Make them try to slap it by you.
I was just saying, did you ever fake and then try to slash it by those third basemen like you just described?
We didn't run that play a lot, but it can be effective. It was more you play with them. You know, you bunt a ball, you get a base hit on a bunt to the third baseman. Then later you get the fastball away, and you can just hit it past the third baseman. So we played with it that way quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I mean. I think they used to do that a lot more.
It's got to be unnerving when you're that close to the plate.
It's way worse when you're on the pull side. Because on the back side, like lefty to come in on a lefty, you see the ball a little bit better. It's deeper into the hitting zone before he hits it. And the pull side are those shots that are wildly hard coming at you.
Go to first again on Frelick. So a couple of throws over there.
Yeah, that's the same thing we were talking about when Terang stole second, that Casey really doesn't look over at that runner. He is on Jake Rogers, and Jake Rogers has dropped his mitt a couple of times. 2-strike bunt.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the line for Hamilton. That is a wild decision.
Soon as McGonigal backed up with the 2 strikes. Yeah, I mean, how often do you see that? That's the way they play.
Not often at all. And you watch him, he's even moving his feet. He got a little anxious with his bunt. See how he tried to run before he bunted? He has plenty of time, but when you're used to bunting for a hit, you want to get that extra step in, because all he had to do was really just put a decent bunt down third base anywhere. You'd have been safe.
So Casey gets gifted and out. Here's a strike. Back to Rogers, Dan.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit easier on when they're holding the runner. That's what he does. He just drops his glove just so he doesn't have to look over and take it off.
Runner was off. Perez in center field is back on it. He makes the catch. And Frelick has to retreat to first.
So just he doesn't have to take his eyes off of Jake Rogers and the target. He just kind of comes set and then kind of looks like he's looking over there, but he's never taken his eyes off of Jake, and he's relying on Jake to drop that glove, and that's when Casey knows to spin and make that move over to first base.
As a right-handed pitcher, could you see them in your peripheral vision? You can.
You can, but again, you got to turn your head, and it's taking your eyes off the target. Or you got to pick it up, and your eyes are shaking, your head's shaking, your arm's shaking.
It's wild to me how guys can even vary their times at home, because you're so concentrated on executing a pitch.
Back pick. And he just got the hand in.
It's like the kitchen sink of keeping a guy close at first right here.
It is.
We'll back pick him. We'll pick over from the pitcher. We'll have Rogers throw down to Torque.
There he goes again. This is a good pitch to throw on. It's waiting. He is out. Rogers apprehends Frelick.
Boy, how about the tag from Javi? What a throw, but also just catching it, dropping it right down on the hand of Frelick.
All that runner control, Dan, saves you maybe a step here for a call Sam best call.
There he goes, just right up. Boop. Catches it, drops it right on.
What'd it sound like?
Boop. And a Benny.
That's right out where the home run ball went for Spencer Torkelson, and there was almost a hidden ball trick on the ricochet of the home run ball. As one ball came in, another ball went flying toward the pizza hole out there.
It's like Wrigley. You ever see the ball that went into the ivy and then two balls came out?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like a magic show out there in left field today on the Torque home run. Watch the ball come flying in. So keep your eye on the baseball here, because this one ends up getting knocked around, and then the other one goes flying as well. Which is which would be the question in real time.
Well, I think they're both going to claim it as a home run ball.
See, it does go off the fan and hit off the seat and then bounced up.
But that guy thinks he got the home run ball.
Yeah.
Correct.
But it's not the home run ball.
So do you think that the one that went to the right is the home run ball?
Yes, far right. He's not in possession of a home run ball, but he thinks he is, and that's all that matters.
You're sure of that, though, because it looks a little bit like an optical illusion.
I'm pretty sure.
That ball out to right center field and down. It's a base hit for Baez. So regardless, if the ball hits a fan and is put in the hole by a fan, the pizza freebie is not activated. Official word is fan interference. We're gonna check with ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Can we throw a red flag out? Get a challenge? Football style?
You want to use a football challenge instead of the two baseball challenges both teams have right now. Here's a bunch shown, and that really climbed in on Raj there. You pitchers, by the way, somebody squares to bunt, and you do this to them.
Well, yeah, you want to do that to try to get him to pop it up. But I think that's just saying, you know what, you guys, Brewers, you think you can bunt? Well, so can we.
Just what Jake needs after the bat that ricocheted back in his face in March.
Oh, boy.
He's going to square again. And he takes a ball. Hamilton's like 10 steps away from the plate.
Yeah, that's why you got to be smart. You want to bunt the ball to first base because the first baseman's covering the bag. He's not going to be able to crash as hard as the third baseman. So this bunt, if executed properly, should go to the first base side.
Oh, man. Buzzing in on the hands, 1 and 2. I'm going to bet he's not going to do what the Brewers did with Hamilton. bunt on 2 strikes.
No. Sometimes you just could switch it up too, thinking that you're going to get a little cookie. You try to bunt the first time and then change it up, thinking you're going to get a fastball, but Jake did not. Tries to lay it down the second time. Ooh, big swing.
Baez at first, nobody out. Tigers trying to add on with the top of the order coming. 1-2. He missed.
You know, it just seems like one of these situations where Javi Baez just sneaks up on somebody and steals a base. But your point about Contreras holding that running game, it just looks like Javi's taking that nice little cautious lead.
He'll hold. And Rogers scalds this ball center field. Mitchell does have room to make the catch. 1 away. Look, Jake Rogers, aspiring knuckleballer, gave everyone a thrill last night. Watch this thing.
That's a pretty good one. There's not much rotation on it.
He's got that nice form too, you know, that he cocks that wrist back and then it just comes forward and just release. He doesn't continue on. It's just that little stop and it just pops right out and knuckles.
I do wonder if you're going to get a knuckleballer or 2 at some point in the future again.
I don't know.
In the big leagues.
It's tough because everybody, you have to take it's a big chance for somebody to bring a knuckleballer into the big leagues again.
Especially when you're hunting strikeouts.
Right.
And the Tigers have one in the minor leagues right now, Kenny Serwa. Yeah, and talking about how hard he throws that knuckleball too. I don't know if he's yet at Double-A maybe, but has had some success and has opened a lot of eyes.
1-1.
The thing you always worry about with knuckleballers is command, like day in and day out command of the knuckleball, because depending on the day, it moves differently. If the wind's blowing in their face, it moves a little more. Some days they got it better and it's going all over the place. Some days it's a little flatter.
2-1 is in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The thing about it is, especially in April, when starters are shorter outings, you could have somebody just swallow up innings for you.
You're rooting for the knuckleball.
Well, why not?
He's rooting for it.
Yeah, you can see it.
It is fun
in my eyes. 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2 on McGonigal, who drew a walk on 3-2 in the first.
And you got switch hitters that don't want to hit, you know, they don't want to hit left-handed off a right-handed knuckleballer because it'll mess up their swing, so they flip around the other side. So it would disrupt the timing of anybody.
Baez runs, and it's a ground ball foul at first. I love what we're doing up here, just workshopping this. I'd like to see a team do it, especially early in the year.
Potential for possibility, likelihood of full-blown execution, low.
Almost 0.
Yeah. Fun factor, though, 10.
Enormous. 3-2. Baez at first. 1 gone. Tigers 5th.
That's good. Draw that attention away from McGonigal.
Three and 2. Javi's ready to run. There he goes. And McGonigal hits it in the air, first base side, and arching into the seats.
This shows you the confidence the Tigers have in Kevin McGonigal putting the ball in play.
Not striking
and
out.
not punching out in the 3-2 count. His plate discipline, his ability to make contact with a variety of pitches is why the Tigers are able to start Javi in motion, which is a big advantage. The only disadvantage is if you punch out or if you hit a line drive right at somebody in the infield. Other than that, you get guys moving. It opens up possibilities for more hits.
3-2. And McGonigal fouls it away again. I mean, look,
14 walks, 12 strikeouts for the year in his maiden voyage as a major leaguer.
He's proven the ability for them to be able to start Javi, which is a big win. If you can start that runner in motion, it's huge. If you have the confidence that the guy at the plate can handle the bat. Now, Javi is running wind sprints. This is number 4.
I was going to say,
He's going to be breathing
yeah.
hard.
3-2 again. Time called. This pitch does not count. It's a foul ball anyway, so it wasn't going to count anyway. That was a late timeout, but it was granted. You heard it verbally from Mike Malinsky, the plate umpire, and he did exactly what you want. He bailed. He got out of the way. Listen in. No, said Mike.
Yeah, that was late. Javi's like, really? Again? All right, here's number 5.
Let's see if he can throw another strike, though. That's 4 in a row.
Javi was hopping up and down like a boxer as this pitch came, and there's another problem. I mean, he really was. It looked like it was round 1. The bell was about to ring. He's hopping. He's about to stick and move. Watch him. He's saying he's going to pull a hand.
My legs are killing me over here. We're baseball players.
Look at him here. He's ready to go. He's ready to run, and then foul ball. 3-2 one more time. And it's a fly ball right field. Well struck and off the wall for McGonigal. Javi was in motion. What's left in those legs? Baez. He is home. Practice makes perfect. 3-1.
Somebody get that man some water.
AJ loves it. He's got a smile on his face.
That is the most a baseball player will run in a sequence ever. Number 7 was the lucky charm for Javi. He finally got a run. Of course, it's a ball to the wall. Joey's sending him. See off the bat, he's got to make sure the ball's not caught real quick, and then as soon as he realizes it's not, he's going to see Joey. Look at the head whip coming back.
He's gassed.
Take a nap.
He was gassed about halfway between second and third.
The look from AJ is priceless.
What an at-bat by McGonigal.
Absolutely. Saw enough pitches that he had just about everything just timed up perfectly.
Stay hydrated.
Casey Mize says that away. I'll take another run.
You pick up the kids from summer camp and they immediately fall asleep.
That's it.
What that.
Yeah. Get the water on the face. The towel. Feels like round 10 right now.
On to Torres.
That's going to be a fun interview after the game.
Yeah, it is.
Describing that, what he was going through. How much did you have left, round and third?
Nothing.
You know?
1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
His go-to pitch is that cutter. Whenever he falls behind or is in a jam, he likes to throw that cutter out away from the plate. See if Klaber can stay on one.
He tried to, and he'll roll it to first. And Jake Bowers. So we have our award show at the end of the month, and this one's going to get filed away as a nominee for the Metro Detroit Ram Dealers Mini Awards. Longest run from first to home of the year goes to Javi Baez, we think.
If you missed it, Javi had to sprint to second base 7 times in 3-2 counts. Foul ball after foul ball. Finally has to run all the way home. He said, I gave it everything I got. I gave it everything I got.
Cut me, Lou.
together one of those little Jake Rogers stat casts with Javi running?
I just asked the truck and the talkback button that some of us don't use in the middle of a sentence to say, hey, how long did he run for?
To get that little swim move at the plate, though.
So good. McGonigal at third is ready for a wild pitch, and Keith fouls it away. It's 2 strikes. Moments find Javi Baez.
Boy, do they. Usually pretty fun and exciting ones.
He's ready to do something stationary again. He's got a bat. One and 2 on Keith. 3-1 Tigers in the 5th. He saw that out of hand.
Against these lefties, he doesn't have a whole lot to strike a guy out. That's kind of what we've seen. We knew that coming into the game.
That's what I'm thinking. If he goes back to that 4-seam fastball at the top of the strike zone, Colt will have something for him. Yeah, he goes to that cutter, but they've seen enough of that.
It's a little bit bigger today, it looks like, too. I watched some of his other outings. Looks a little tighter, shorter, but you see some bigger ones when he tries to get that swing and miss on the back foot. Colt saw that out of the hand.
I think that pitch count's starting to elevate a little bit. It's starting to lengthen and break that instead of throwing it just hard.
Keith hammers this ball to right. McGonigal's home. 4-1 Tigers.
Went back to that cutter again, Andy, and he just spit all over the previous one. Just stays right down through it, shoots it into right.
You give these guys the same pitch shape multiple times in an at-bat, they can adjust so quickly. Perfect example right there. Colt Keith jumping all over it.
It's just like Kevin McGonigal got 5 straight pitches at 3-2, and he's going to have everything timed until finally he gets one that he can center up. Same with Colt Keith.
You can tell fatigue starting to set in for Patrick here. Time for the Bet365 odds update. Riley Green, the over at +150 for 1.5 hits. He's already got a double. He skewered to center last time. That was on an elevated fastball. It was just behind that. But this is a bit of a taste of their own medicine for Milwaukee. Since the Torres strikeout in the 3rd, the Tigers have sent up a grand total of 10 batters. Now Riley's the 11th since the last strikeout. Serve to right, that's a knock. Colt Keith for 3rd, and the Tigers aren't done in this 5th.
Start getting that ball down too, like we talked about. Riley got on top of that one for the double, but this is another breaking ball. This one stays down. Look at Riley's head right on that ball, right on the barrel of that bat.
So this guy hit a home run off you earlier in the game. You got runners on, he hit it on the sinker in. What's your thought process?
Well, I mean, he tried to get him with that cutter. He fell behind him 2-0 and then went to the cutter 2-1. And then tried to sneak that fastball in, but he didn't get it in far enough. You got to stay away. Yep.
And he did. That might have not been a strike. It looked like it clipped the zone, but yeah, that's out.
I mean, most pitchers are going to attack Torkelson away. And if you're going to come in, you better make sure that you get it inside, not on that inner 3rd.
He has the 2 hardest hit balls of the night. Torque does.
Yeah.
He drilled the ball in the 2nd, a line out to left. It's our Chevy's strongest player. First 23 games. Nothing 105 plus. 2 of them tonight. 1 against this pitcher, Patrick. And Torque lobs this ball to center field, and Mitchell
Dirks, you did your job.
Got some runs, had a good time with y'all, and you got to watch Hobby. Running and running and running all over the bases.
Tear him up, Andy.
Detroit sports fans, it's play ball for the Tigers 2026 season, and it's off to an exciting start. If you can't make it out to Comerica Park, stream the game live with a subscription to your new home for Detroit sports, Detroit SportsNet, presented by Bet365. Your subscription includes the Tigers all season long, plus the Red Wings starting this fall, subject to national exclusivities. Ball one. Terms and conditions apply. Don't miss a minute of the action, and subscribe by visiting tigers.com/Detroit SportsNet. That's tigers.com/Detroit SportsNet. It's been a while since Casey Mize was out on the hill. A long fifth inning for his offensive mates.
You love those add-on runs for his mates, but you want to keep Terang off the bases.
There's a strike. You got to keep loose somehow, right, during the half inning?
Yeah, just any kind of way you kind of stretch a little bit, keep your legs loose. You don't need a whole lot of pitches when you go back out there, but it's just that you back, everything else, legs.
By the way, thanks to Andy Dirks for stopping by during the fifth inning. You know how lucky I am to get to share a booth with you two all season long, basically? You both are marvelous at the job, and to have you two together is a reminder of how fortunate Tigers fans are to have both of you do the job at such a high level that you do.
Well, I mean, now you're going to make me turn red and blush and everything.
Yes, please.
You know what an honor it is just to be up here and work in these games. You know how I feel.
So let me be clear.
To be with you and just, I mean, but really. I mean,
no, but when you say, I want to say
been
this.
in the city for a long time around this team, and it's an honor.
When you say that, I think everybody who doesn't know Dan personally should know that is very real. You consider this job an honor, and I appreciate that to the heavens. And to call you a friend is really important to me. Swing and a miss, nothing in two.
Well, that's, you know, how high of esteem I hold, you know, you in, and it's just very nice coming from you. Thank you very much.
We have a heck of a group. Our crew downstairs, our crew up here in the booth. Mason is hiding behind the Old English D, waiting to be a mystery guest. 0-2 to ball and 2 strikes. Chuck and Bobby and Paul and everybody up here whose dedication is endless to put on a great show. Swing and a miss, strike 3 and 1 down.
That's a wicked slider from Casey Mize. He's going to want to just bottle that one up and say, whatever I did on that one, I want to keep doing it. Man, throwing anything off the outside part of the plate and pairing it with that one just started on that outside part of the plate. Look at the uncomfortable swing. About a half cut, beautiful pitch.
There's Bowers, and he takes ball 1. You know, I should add, we middle of last season added this wire cam that Gavin in the booth to our left runs every day. He does a phenomenal job with the joystick over there. We should let you run that one game, see what happens. And then we'd really appreciate Gavin.
That's a dandy cam, isn't it? Is that a dandy cam?
That wouldn't be very dandy at all if he gave you that joy. There it is. There's Gavin running Johnny 5 over there.
I'm going to get with Andy Dirks, and we're gonna come up with a dandy cam.
Fly ball to left field. Riley Green forced backward to make the catch for out number 2. Doesn't wire cam look a little bit like Johnny 5 from Short Circuit? You ever see that movie?
I was going to say, I'm looking at you like.
It was the 80s. There it is. No disassemble.
It's a movie from the 80s?
Yeah. You remember the catcher for the Rangers who stole a base in '82.
Well, tells you what I was watching.
You've never seen the Fisher Stevens, Steve Guttenberg, Ali Sheedy classic, Short Circuit.
It tells you what I was watching.
More input, says Dan Petrie.
It's a high wire act.
It is every day with our crew. Torres to first. Tigers maintain the lead 4-1.
You're talking about that movie. This looks like the game Simon. I could play that. I don't have to push all 4 buttons. You
Green,
know? I just
red,
have to
yellow,
yeah,
blue,
boom, boom,
blue,
boom.
blue.
Hit the same one.
I turned on the Tigers game on Detroit SportsNet. They were playing Simon with a cell phone. Must be a blowout. Tigers are up 4-1. Everybody's having a good time. Wenzel Perez scolds a ball foul right side. Thanks to everybody joining us here on Detroit SportsNet this year. We do it for the kids who get a souvenir every once and again. I love watching young people get a souvenir for the first time. Just look at the ball, like look at every bit of the surface area. It's a special thing.
It is. I mean, I can't think of all the games that I went to before I finally got a baseball.
Swing and a miss, 1 down. Perez is out. Look at this. It's a treasure.
And I mean, look at Mom there too, is just as happy, just like, oh, look at this. My son is going to be so happy.
As always on our telecast, message and data rates do apply. Your cell phone may explode because we put you on television. Not that cell phone. If that cell phone explodes, we're in real trouble. That's enormous. Blue, red, purple. Oh, 1 to Carpenter. On the ground, a shortstop. Ortiz gets around it and flat-footed throws out Carpenter. There are 2 away, and here's a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
AZ Plant customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease an F-150 XLT for only $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Great time as always at Comerica Park tonight with Dan Petrie, with Johnny Kane. I'm Jason Benetti, our entire marvelous crew. Daniela Bruce, Andy Dirks at the desk. And that errant baseball is ball 1 to Javi Baez, who has gathered himself. He's used the overhead oxygen mask, and he's ready to bat here in the 6th.
He's got plenty of sunflower seeds. He's ready to go. And all those cutters that Patrick was throwing, he's come out this inning and said, you know what, they kind of got that thing timed a little bit. It's gone to that slurve a lot more, not only to the right-handers but the left-handers. Colt Keith saw a few.
He goes to the cutter that time, and it's popped up. Ortiz makes the catch. Inning over on the Bet365 scoreboard. It's the Tigers 4, the Brewers 1 for Casey Mize. A breathtaking sunset here at Comerica Park. 4-1 Tigers over the Brewers, and Casey Mize back out to the hill. Kyle Finnegan is warming, and Casey hoping to get Mitchell and beyond, with ball 1 coming in here in the 7th.
Casey pitched into the 7th in his last outing in Boston. He wants to get through the 7th this outing.
.20 pitch third, the only inning over 14 pitches. Bunch of sliders tonight, Dan. Coming into this inning, about 30% slider.
More than any other pitch, yep.
He lands a sinker. Here's what he's thrown.
There you go. And it was so good in that last outing, and it's just, I think he learned from it. Just, it was so good, and sometimes it just puts a good memory in your mind. You don't have to think about it so much. Your just mind makes your arm throw the pitch. You don't have to think about your release point. Make sure that this is going right. It's just like, oh, I remember how that felt, and it's just automatic.
3-2 here. It's a big batter for his longevity in the game, but you kind of foretold it pregame, Dan, based on what you watched in that last outing?
I didn't know that it would be the most thrown pitch that he had.
Yeah.
But, you know, I figured that he would use it a lot more.
3-2 is ball 4 on a fastball. It's a walk for Mitchell to lead off the 7th. There was a leadoff walk in the 6th as well for Terang.
And that was the biggest inning, was when that Milwaukee scored their 1 run in the 3rd inning, which the highest pitch count of his outing at 20.
Now Lockridge so far this year has hit the ball on the ground a bunch. It's a grand total of 55 at bats, but coming into tonight, his ground ball rate was over 70%.
And he could use one big early in the count, and Casey knew it too. As soon as Jake went out there, you could see his reaction, like, I'm out of here.
And it will be Finnegan. Similar profile, fresher arm, Casey Mize. An outstanding outing, well received by Tigers fans.
It is still a nice feeling. He wanted to get through that inning, but he appreciates walking off to that great ovation by the crowd. You know, Casey Mize really wanted to finish this inning, and he's going, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then Jake Rogers goes out, and he knows right away. He knows it. He flips the ball up and shows that disappointment. But Casey was really, really good again tonight. You know, he's going out there just to look at everything. He was never satisfied.
He'll hand it over to Kyle Finnegan, our wall side windows pitching change. Finnegan to Lockridge on the hunt for a ground ball with Mitchell at first and nobody out in the Brewers' 7th. Right down the pike.
Kyle Finnegan has really thrown the ball well this year. Just started off this year just like he did when he came over from the Nationals last year at the trade deadline. 10 scoreless innings to start this season.
It's him and Jose Valverde since 1913 with that many scoreless outings.
And you think about the kind of similar pitch mix between Finnegan and Casey Mize. Split finger and 4-seam fastballs. We'll see if it can work out as well as it did for Finnegan as it did for Casey.
Now normally you'd try to go strike out ground balls, something like that, but with Lockridge's profile of all those ground balls, there might be a splitter hit into the ground in his future.
Or a slider. Finnegan's really been trying to throw that slider more.
Mitchell runs, strike 3. It's a stolen base for Mitchell. Mitchell said, get off, Glaber. We're done here.
And they're just not going to stop. And Finnegan did go to the slider. It kind of backed up on him a little bit inside. Jake Rogers got a nice pitch to throw on, really. Just one step and fire it down. But Mitchell got that good jump, and that's part of their game. They are not going to slow down. They're going to keep stealing even though they're down by 3.
Trying to chip away. It's Frelick now with a wide open left side of the infield to take strike 1. Ground ball cued to third. McGonigal cross diamond. 2 down. Mitchell has to hold. Here's a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
McGonigal makes the play for out number 2. Here is Hamilton, who's bounced out and struck out. Second base. Glaber flags it down and ends the inning. There are those ground balls Finnegan was in search of. 4-1 Tigers coming up. The Figer Law 7th inning stretch. Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. And by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Javi Baez was running for days on foul ball after foul ball from Kevin McGonigal in the 5th. Eventually he got home and then was fanned down by the entire team as he entered the dugout. New pitcher is Carlos Rodriguez for the Milwaukee Brewers. Our Wallside Windows pitching change. He will replace Patrick, who threw 4 innings and gave up 4 earned runs.
Yeah, Rodriguez last threw on Sunday. That was his season debut down in Miami. 2 scoreless innings, allowed a couple of hits with a couple of 3 strikeouts actually. Been throwing a lot of changeups. And surprise, cutter, first pitch, just like Chad Patrick. But a lot of changeups, cutter and 4-seamer, with the occasional slider.
One of 12 pitchers all time from Nicaragua. We saw one of the others earlier this year in Arizona, Jonathan Loaizaga. Former 6th round pick of Milwaukee. 2-1 on Rogers. Jake walked in the 3rd on 5 pitches against Patrick. And he pops this up. Ortiz at short, kind of side saddle with it. Now he squares and makes the catch. McGonigal coming up. The defensive play was a little bit more intricate in the top of the 7th than maybe real time showed.
It sure was. I mean, it was kind of cute off the end of the bat, but Kevin McGonigal has to kind of angle himself towards second base just to keep an eye on him should they try to steal. But look at the spin on that ball. It's cued right off the end, and it takes that weird hop, and he kind of surrounds it right into his breadbasket. But that's why he has to kind of take that looking at second base. He has to get back to the bag should that runner decide to steal 3rd.
One ball, 1 strike. Wins above replacement is a stat that piles up. Good defensive effort, good offensive production. And this is the highest WAR this season for AL position players with their age. Yordan Alvarez leads the league in home runs with yet another one today against Cleveland. But Kevin McGonigal has built a resume to be with the American League best about a month into this year now.
Yeah, I love what he said about the game last night about, hey, I'm learning. I'm learning the runners. I'm learning up here. So he's having all that success and at the same time continues to learn.
Yeah, without really intrinsically knowing the personnel, right? Once you watch guys, you start to study tendencies, and he's doing that with kind of a clean slate other than players he saw in his brief minor league experience.
Right, and they always talk about the game. It just it speeds up on a young player sometimes, but not to Kevin McGonigal. He's just saying, okay, I got it. Now I know the kind of movement that I need.
Change up. 2 down. We'll get a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
We got Finnegan in the game.
Yeah.
All we do is win again.
It's the best part of the show. Not even close. Gleyber Torres swings through strike 1. Does your family know you do that?
I think there's a hockey game on that they're probably watching.
Yeah.
Quit embarrassing us, Dad.
Oh, stop. They love you to pieces. 1-1. The truck says I should say they love you to peaches, but I would never. 1-1. Foul away right side, 1-2. You know, you hop on Cameo, people pay you to do that. There's an app for that.
Is there?
Uh-huh.
Is that another one of those, like a TikTok thing or something?
A little bit.
Yeah. Cameo? I'll get it tomorrow.
Okay. Doubtful. Extraordinarily doubtful. 2-2. I'll turn to Dan in the third inning. He'll say, hang on, I'm doing a cameo. For Joe from Hamtramck. 2-2 on Gleyber Torres. Fouled away. Two and two to Torres. Will Vest is up in the Tigers bullpen, as you saw, and Gleyber goes inside out. It's a base hit to move along the line.
No, just another typical. Yeah, it's almost like, I love when they put their hand up by the mouth, almost like they're yawning, like, oh, just another base hit, gets that cutter inside outs it, shoots it right over there to the 4-hole.
He just wanted any sort of hit tonight. He got it. It's cold. First pitch, changeup. So Jahmai Jones got the start in the first inning with D.L. Hall on the mound, the lefty opener. Then Keith came in the fourth. He hit in the fourth and the fifth, and now here in the seventh.
And you know, it was already, I'm sure, spelled out for him too. He just knew that, okay, D.L. Hall and then Patrick going to come in, so he was under there just knowing exactly when he was going to at bat. Get his at bat, swinging underneath in the cage. Just because he didn't start, now he's what, on his fourth at bat, third at bat.
Third at bat, yeah. And you saw the major jump he's made this year. The best start he's had in 3 seasons as a Tiger. Torres at first, 1-2. Keith rips it foul.
Come on, Frankie, bring him out.
Come on, Frankie, bring him out, says Mike Malinsky. There's Frankie bringing him out. Ask and you shall receive, Mike.
Frankie's all over it, as usual. You know, Colt's about due for his first, too.
How about a base hit? Trickling through into center field. Now we get a message from Riley House, our Comerica Bank game summary, the story so far of Riley Green tonight.
Yeah, that batting average is starting to creep up there a little bit. He's been swinging the bat really good. Seems like he's getting a couple of hits a night, on base all the time. And the biggest one, had a lot of fun with Spencer Torkelson's 2-run homer to hug his buddy right there at home plate.
How about getting Riley his second home run? That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would. That's one of those ones to take a shot. Up by a couple. And you know he's going to see some changeups. Get a changeup kind of right on that inner third of the plate.
You'd like to add on here because Milwaukee does have the top of the order coming in the 8th. Rodriguez to Green. And there's one of those changeups. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's really at a good speed, good arm action, and good horizontal movement. I said inner third, not outer third.
Should listen better.
Ooh,
that was Cutter.
That was Cutter, though.
Happy,
yeah.
But that was near the fun zone.
Yeah, it was. It was. But just want that changeup to leak over that inner third.
0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Tigers leave 2, but lead by 3. We'll go to the 8th. 6 outs to get.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Bring friends, family, colleagues, teammates, and everyone you know to Comerica Park this season for an unforgettable experience. Group tickets are now available for the 2026 season. Learn more at tigers.com/groups.
Tigers have played strong baseball here at Comerica Park this year, trying to level this series with the Brewers. Will Vest is on the mound. Luis Rengifo is pinch hitting. And our wall-side windows pitching change is Will Vest trying to bridge the gap between Finnegan and Kenley Jansen. It's a ball and a strike on the former Angel Rengifo.
Will Vest pitched on Sunday and is getting a lot of strikeouts in his last few outings. 5 in his last 3 1/3 innings. Looks like that fastball is starting to have a little bit more of that zip that we're used to seeing from Will Vest at 97.
Away with that one at 97 for the year. Coming into today, his fastball is average 95.
And just as that weather starts heating up, so does that fastball. And Will Vest, he's got that good fastball, can throw it right by him, but he's had success early this season in throwing those sliders, back foot sliders to the lefties.
2-2. Chopper third base. McGonigal rushes to it. Throws on the move. Late. Rengifo beats it out. An infield single to lead off the 8th. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. It's brought to you by Bet365. It is a 1:10 start time, and it is Scoop Day.
Boy, that just makes me smile just like Tarek Skubal. Look at that. That's 6 walks. That's just phenomenal. 6 walks, 33 strikeouts.
Now you get the action on the bases. The Brewers today have not had 2 runners on at the same time unless it's a scoring play. In the 3rd inning, they had a walk and a single back-to-back, but they have only had 1 base runner on at a time. And we saw the sort of cascade effect of a big inning that they can put on you last night.
And that's, yep, they get that leadoff hitter on just by an infield single. And we saw them put together a 3-run inning without hitting it hard in that inning last night. And this Bryce Terang, I mean, he's got pop and he can handle that bat. No matter where the ball is pitched, he can just throw the barrel at it. See him right there with that fastball on the outside part of the plate trying to shoot it the other way.
I mean, last night, Dan, that 7th inning was 2 out, nobody on. Then it's single from Hamilton, a walk from the 9-hitter Perkins, back-to-back singles, and then suddenly they got a pair of runs.
Yeah, it was quick.
Go to first, not in time. That's throw number 2 on Rengifo. So if you throw again and you don't get him, it's a balk, and the runner moves to second. He's in running position. He won't go, and it's a fly ball to center. Wenzel Perez makes the catch.
I do like that pitch that he's come up with to left-handers once he gets ahead, dropping that slider in, and Bryce Terang, just being a good hitter, just was able to get slightly underneath it instead of swinging over the top to loft that little fly ball into center field. Good pitch by Will Vest to a good hitter.
Throw to first. Back in time again, Rengifo. Tigers trying to get to a game over 500 again. Coming in at 12-12 today. That'll shove him off the plate, a sinker in. Enormous inning for Vest to handle with Kenley Jansen next. Slider that Contreras saw well.
That's the right idea. Just coming in with that sinker off the plate, trying to throw that slider on the outside part of the plate, but you have to get it down because Contreras can reach out with that barrel.
Chopper to third. It's McGonigal. One extra hop takes away the chance to get the lead runner. So Rengifo hits second base. There are two gone for Bowers. Good decision to take the out at first for Kevin.
He had that little peek over at second base, but Rengifo can run and just said, nope, not with this lead. It's just safer to just take the sure out so you don't lead to a big inning.
Bowers takes a strike. Another strike. Oh, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Somehow he stayed off that slider.
Yep, but it's down. That's a good one. He's trying to get him to chase. Boy, I just like that fastball from Will Vest.
2-2. New baseball.
Trying to get those strikeouts. Again, that's been a good pitch that lefties have been swinging right over the top of.
Bowers has done a good chunk of his damage on the fastball this year, so you can understand why the slider. 2-2. On the ground left side off a fastball. It's a base hit, and the Brewers are within 2 on the Jake Bowers RBI single.
Yeah, just that fastball up and away, and Bowers just does what the Brewers will just drive you crazy with. Just goes right with the pitch, hits it on the ground, just like they've done with their 2 runs. Terang scored after stealing second base, a ground ball up the middle. Get their second run here to plate Rengifo with a ground ball just right up the middle to the left side.
Sanchez now the tying run. In on the fist. Heat-seeking sinker. Now the slider.
I'm thinking the same thing, but man, they sure buzzed him right there. I mean, you got to be careful if you go in. Got that open stance. You want to be very careful. You better make sure it's down and away.
Back to the fastball.
Yeah. It's just the way he's kind of late on those. He was late on the sinker, late on that 4-seam fastball. Just if you go to that slider, make sure that it's down and away.
Oh, 2. Oh, that was hittable, and he grounded it to shortstop. Baez to first, inning over. The lead stands. It's 4-2 going to the bottom of the 8th. Journey to Comerica Park on Monday, May the 4th for an epic Star Wars night. The Detroit Tigers prepare for battle against the Boston Red Sox in a Monday night clash that will echo across the galaxy. This is one showdown you won't want to miss. Visit tigers.com/tickets to learn more. Far, far away. Evidently Jupiter is visible right now.
With the lights, I think it would be kind of tough.
It's America's fastest growing sensation. Hashtag is this Jupiter. 0-1 to Torque. on the ground to third. At the line is Rengifo. Comes in for Hamilton, who's at shortstop now. Luis Rengifo, the very versatile infielder. Hamilton shifts over to shortstop. One down for Wencel Perez. The good news about the run in the 8th inning is the Brewers have gone through the top of the order. So Mitchell will lead off the 9th as Perez parachutes this ball into left, and Lockridge for out number 2. I think the Tigers offense may just want to hear In the Stone. They may just want the Kenley Jansen entrance. Those are 2 quick at bats.
Yeah, Kenley's been awfully good this year.
Ball 1 to Carey, was grounded out twice, struck out once. It's game number 25 tonight for the Tigers. After tonight, we'll be 15% through this season already.
I was going to say, where does the time go? It flies. It's opening day. It's Memorial Day. July 4th, Labor Day. Season's over. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Can you let the summer last more than like one sentence?
But doesn't it? That's the way it seems like. It's to me, it just flies by.
I agree with you. I just don't want to be your friend Zach Brown band and be stuck in colder weather for months.
No, yeah, we'll enjoy the summer. We will.
Tomorrow could be better.
You know, that sounds like colder weather.
Call you then.
Yeah.
2-2 on Carpenter from Rodriguez. Gary had goodbye in his eyes there, didn't he?
Did you ever listen to it?
I listened to it with you.
Oh, did you? I couldn't remember. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Last homestand.
That's right.
That guy listened
I
to
kept
it
begging
too.
you got to listen to that.
I know. It's a great song. You have tremendous musical taste.
One guy, Zach Brown. There's a lot.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of others.
With the Livin' on a Prayer sing-along that just started out of nowhere on that foul ball, it's ball 3. Three and 2. High fly ball, deep right field. Frelick back. It is 5-2. He straightened it out.
Went back to the well one too many times.
Didn't work for Jack and Jill, doesn't really work out for Major League pitchers.
You know, he just hammered that one, and he got the same pitch again.
It's popped up. Contreras is over there.
Carey is some kind of strong. This is another one of those look like a half swing out in front. Half swing. He is amazing. He is so strong. Gets the barrel to it, that good feeling, launches it into the seats.
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers and by Figer Law. All we do is win. The Tigers go deep a couple of times in this game, but the big swing comes from Spencer Torkelson. Well, Andy, he needed that one.
Yeah, and so did Tork. He finally got a pitch that he really, really likes. Absolutely murdered it out of the ballpark, his first one of the year.
All right, we'll have all that and more coming up on Tigers postgame after this game finishes, guys.
We look forward to it. Kenley Jansen looking for save number 482 in his illustrious major league career. He'll face Garrett Mitchell first. And it's ball one on that cutter from Kenley. Our wall side windows pitching change is Jansen, who's 5 for 6 in save opportunities as a Tiger. 1-1 to Mitchell.
Last pitched on Saturday, 5 straight scoreless innings, and also picked up a save in each of his last 4 appearances. He hasn't given up a run since March.
And he'd like to keep it that way. Thank you very much. He gave up that shocking home run to Arizona's Jose Fernandez in the opening road trip. And outside of that, nothing.
That's it.
2-1 to Mitchell. 3 balls and a strike. He's only walked 1 guy so far this year, and he's got to get back on the horse on 3-1. He knows how to do that. 3-2.
Just that cutter up at the top of the strike zone. Just stays right up there. Hitter thinks it's going to come down a little bit, and it just rides that same plane. Well, we're right back at Kenley, and doesn't Kenley look big out there? Like, it's almost, what's the hitter looking at?
Oh, he runs the mound. 3-2. He's looking at a cutter is what he's looking at. 1 gone.
Such a tough pitch. Right at the top of the strike zone. It doesn't move. Stays right up there nice and true, and you're right underneath it. Oh, here comes that cutter. It's going to drop just a little bit. No, it's not. It stays right up there and right underneath it. Just lives up there.
1 out for Lockridge. See if he's aggressive here. He couldn't pull the trigger. He got all blended up.
And he just knows the right time to drop in a slider. He does. He just, you know what? I'm throwing all cutters, but you know what? Just to take you off of something, and it goes straight down.
That's a mystery ball right there. 0-2. Little piece for Lockridge.
Nobody's came up with your challenge yet about Kenley's little dance that he does yet, have they? Come up with a fan has not come up with a little jingle to go along with that little dance?
Not yet, but it's coming. 2 strikes, fouled away. You just got to put it to music. Somebody's got to. It's too rhythmic not to embrace.
And it's just all about messing with the hitter's timing. 1, 2, 3.
In the air, right field. Wencel Perez will see it drop. So instead of this being the tying run at the plate, the Carpenter home run pushes that down the line 1 batter.
It does. Even though you're down, this Frelick has home run possibilities.
Strike. No challenges so far tonight for either team.
Wow. We had one in Boston, a game that went very, very late. Yeah, and had one late in about the 8th or 9th inning.
Tigers have not played in a game without an ABS challenge this year. This would be the first. There have only been 5 all year in Major League Baseball. Jay Stu tells me from the truck. 0-1. Got it. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean.
The batter's challenging the ball call.
It's an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. We even control the strike robot. Yeah, it's a strike.
It's the same pitch.
Correct. Milwaukee has 1 remaining.
It was the very same pitch. That cutter right on the outside part of the plate. First one was a strike, so's that one. I'll teach that Benetti.
Okay. I don't need it from you and Turks. 0-2. Fouled away. You know, you can challenge that over at first.
Whatever, Kenley just needed a little bit more time before he threw this pitch, just to kind of toss it over there, think about it a little bit more.
0-2.
He went to that slider. I just, just watching Kenley and some of those nasty little sinkers that he throws to left-handers. Threw those 2 cutters on the outside part of the plate. Just start one of those sinkers off the outside part of the plate, see if you can get him to swing and miss.
0-2. It was a cutter, and it's looped foul again.
Yeah, I didn't think he would. Just thinking out loud.
Well, but to your point, the hitter has to think about it too. It's on the scouting report.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what makes him so tough. Is you just it's 80% cutters. But then when he throws something else, it just takes you by complete surprise.
Little delay, and it's upstairs on a sinker.
There it was. Yep, just missed with it.
Lockridge at first. 1-2. I mean, he just got a piece of that. Just a small bit of the sinker.
I'll go right back to that elevated cutter.
One-two. Downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's seen it all now. The kitchen sink for Frelick in the sequence.
Yeah, Frelick's doing a good job of fouling off some tough pitches, and Kenley keeps continuing to make good pitches.
Pitch number 9 to Frelick. Right field. Perez, 2 down. Jansen wins that standoff on 9 pitches.
Yeah, good at-bat by Frelick, but also just a nice job of Kenley Jansen just continuing to go right after the hitter, not giving in. Chris Vetter going to give Kenley a little breather here off that 9-pitch at-bat.
Glaber's face.
And laughing. You tired? Yeah, I'm tired. Give me a breather, big man.
One final word. Hamilton will go out of the strike zone. Of all the batters in this lineup today, in about a month of this season, he has the second highest chase rate of the starting 9 for Pat Murphy tonight.
So if he gets ahead, that would be one of those sliders that he might swing and miss.
Lockridge will go. He's not held on. He's going to take second base. And it's a ball outside. So Indifference gets Lockridge to second. One and 0. So if you mess around a little bit here with Hamilton, it's Rengifo next. And then you're really gripping it tightly.
Yeah, let's see if Hamilton's going to take a pitch.
He does. And that was a just landed cutter.
Yeah, it was just right down the middle, strike one cutter.
Two on. 2-2.
Well, let's see. He could always go right back to that cutter or take into that, what you were just talking about, that chase and swing and miss. Start that slider right in that middle of that plate and let it just drop off a table and swing right over the top of it.
2-2 to Hamilton from Kenley Jansen.
You figured he'd go right back to his bread and butter, just like he did in that last at bat to Frelick. It'd just be fun to see him try to what would happen if he threw that slider?
2-2, let's see.
Kenley just trying to get a little bit extra. Get behind it.
Lockridge at second. 3-2 on Hamilton. It was quiet uptown. It's ball 4. 2 on, 2 out. Rengifo. Rengifo is here in part because of his versatility. His first year away from the Angels, where he did have a career-high 17 homers 4 years ago. So there is some power in this utility player, as that is ball 1.
Rengifo has faced Kenley twice, 0 for 2.
But he saw him very close up as teammates.
Exactly.
With the Angels.
You bet.
Away, 2-0.
This is the guy you want. You've got Bryce Trang sitting in that on-deck circle.
Strike. Firm cutter, 2-1. That was newcomer Birch Smith getting loose in the Tigers bullpen just in case the pitch count grows even more for Jansen. This is 31st of the inning. That's a ball. It's 3-1. Kenley Jansen digging deep here. 3-1 to Rengifo, his former teammate with the Angels. It's a strike.
Just going to force him to throw another strike. Landed that cutter well. Same pitch right after him. Don't worry about the runners. Focus all your attention right on Rengifo. Split the plate with a cutter.
3-2. Ball 4. This is the most pitches Kenley Jansen has thrown since June of 2024, and now it gets really thorny to the point of can't watch territory for some, with the top of the order in Turang batting. And in this cavernous ballpark, you have to play deep in the outfield, but you drop something in front and suddenly it's 5-4.
Well, and that just talks about how big that Gary Carpenter home run was too, and Birch Smith getting ready out there. Kenley Jansen's going to get Bryce Turang, and then should anything happen, he's going to have William Contreras.
Thought we left the marathon behind in Boston 2 days ago.
Boy, but it just that free look at bat, really, you know, you could just tell it took a lot out of Kenley, just making those really good pitches.
Bases loaded, 5-2 in the ninth. Turang takes ball 1.
Turang is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, the only time he's faced Kenley.
Foul left side.
Just think those cutters on the outside part of the plate, just the same ones he was throwing to Frelick. He just has been just missing with them on that outside part of the plate. Just start them just a little bit closer, just catch that outside part.
Time call. Time call. They're going to pinch run for Rengifo at first. Greg Jones will be the runner. He is one of the fastest players on this team. Pinch running over at first as the now tying run. Chopper to first. Torque is on it. He races to a slide and the Tigers win. It was hairy, but it's a final 5-2. Jansen closes it out and the series is even.
Boy, what a win. My goodness, they don't come easy. That Brewers put a lot of pressure on you, but Kenley Jansen dug deep, made pitches to the best hitter on the Brewers, and was able to get that final out and secure that victory.
That was close.
Oh, man, that's just one of those ones that makes your heart beat. And AJ and Chris Fetter, Spencer Torkelson with a 2-run homer, able to beat Turang to the bag, sliding in. Game over. Whoa, Kenley Jansen earned that one. Like, oh, man.
The happiest people for that win are the 20,000 in the ballpark. Second happiest are the traffic folks outside that this game ended before the basketball game to make sure it didn't all spill out at once. Tigers win 5-2, a home run for Gary Carpenter. Spencer Torkelson's first home run as well for our entire crew. For Johnny Kane, for Dan Petrie, for Andy Dirks, Daniela Bruce, who will join you shortly. I'm Jason Benetti. 5-2 your final score. Cure Auto postgame with Daniela and Andy next.
Do, but